Now, coming from a non disclosed activity somewhere around Nashville, Tennessee, we bring the first episode of the Hump Day Hombres. Also, live today will be your host, Wally Parks. Good afternoon. We're coming to you today here in Nashville, Tennessee. And my name is Wally Parks. I am the beginning, let me back up a little bit. So, about a month and a half ago, no, 2 months, 2 months, 2.5 months ago, I retired from a full time job that I had and am now working part time. This is a little project that we're going to be doing here through the Union Hill Productions company that I've started, and we'll be hosting Union Hill Productions. Wally Parks is how you would find my homepage on YouTube. So we'll share it out on a few other locations that it goes out to, but we are retired, or we are required, or we are trying to entirely get people to just listen in and hear our show. So the concept for this show started about a week ago. I had the idea of maybe spending about one day a week doing maybe a 30-minute long little talk on what's going on. Hopefully, I can bring some people in to share more information besides just me. But we're starting tonight or today with this episode one of the Hump Day Hombres. So let's see, what else do we have today? So we have the Hump Day Hombre show. Wally Parks hosting it. We'll be covering background, exciting information on ways to. One item we want to cover today is how to improve mental health services. And we also have a special song and songwriter today that I'd like to share with you all. Somebody whom I followed quite closely here in Nashville and is just came out with a new album a couple of months ago. And then we'll also have a short story today. I'll provide a little bit more information and backdrop on that. And then we'll finish up today with giving you a local update from Nashville, information on what is happening this weekend around town. So stay tuned. We're looking forward to talking to you. So, what I wanted to share with you about today is a part of the nervous system that we use, and it's known as the vagus nerve. It comes through the brain, goes through different elements around the face, facial tissue, down through the neck, into our heart and lungs. It's a part of what is called the parasympathetic nervous system, and it is responsible for what we call rest and digest. So it helps us digest food, helps us rest our bodies. The sympathetic nervous system activates that opposite system and creates what we call fight or flight, as some of you may have heard before. So today what I want to share with you is a little technique that I used with a lot of clients, myself, teachers, friends, family, doctors, and I came up with a name for it. I call it the hookup breathing technique, and I'll display to you how it works. So it's basically taken by using breathing technique and also using part of our tongue and a pressure in our tongue against the roof of the mouth, and then to release that. So I'll show it to you here. So first we start by breathing out through the mouth. When I let the air out, I'll push my tongue up to the center in the back of my mouth as hard as I can, breathing in. Once I feel my lungs up, I relax my tongue and I blow out slowly. And that completes the hookup breathing technique. This is an exercise that I recommend to people to try at least once daily. Definitely do it daily for a couple of weeks to build up your body's ability to react to that more often and more frequently. But what it will do is it will begin to cause that nervous system to calm down. So I'll just play it one more time and then we'll move on to our next episode. But again, this is called the hookup breathing technique, part of the vagus nerve system. I breathe out, tongue up, relax it, and breathe out. There you go. I recently just recovered from a surgery and found it really helpful to get back into practicing it daily. But you can use it for a variety of topics that happen from both physical, mental. It's known to affect our taste, our speech, skin sensation, muscle sensation, the immune response, respiratory rates, blood pressure, muscle production, saliva production, digestion, frequency of urination, and mood. So give it a try. Hope it'll help you, and we'll hopefully hear back from some of you on if you've tried it, used it, and it works for you. Thank you. In this section of our show today, I'm going to be bringing you a musician, local from Nashville area, but he has been all over the U.S., the world. He's been an Emmy Award winner, written for several different albums, really into rock. He's a good rocker. He's a good brother, and his name is Mike Ferris. So Mike Ferris is bringing to you today from his new album, The Sound of Muscle Shoals. You got to get this, folks. It is so good. Get a CD or buy his LP, and he just rocks, baby. So this is one of his songs, Before There Was You and I.
Why would I look back in time before there was you and I? Before you were by my side, when all I could do was cry, when my only embrace came from shackles and chains. Before there was you and I. Time to see what I could find. There were remnants of a lonely lost soul that was mine. There were bits of and pieces of some rose-colored glasses all on the ground. Reminded of just how good it is. Would I look back in time before there was you and I? Or would I look back, baby, when all I could do was cry? You've been so good to me, and I just wanna thank you. Thank you, baby. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, baby. I just wanna say, just wanna say, yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't look back now. I love you, baby. I don't wanna look back before
Give it up for Mike, man. The guy rocks it. So, that's another part of our episode today. We do have another section or two I'd like to go over, uh, and I'll get to that next. So, I live up in an area around Goodlettsville, Tennessee called uh, the Union Hill area. Um, Maybe one of these times I'll give you a little bit more history about it. But today I'd like to read one of their stories or tales. Um, one of these books were written, well, these books were written by Bob Galbraith Market up here at the top of Union Hill and Licton Pike. Is where their store was located. I think it's owned by another family now. But these were written back in the 1980s, I believe, is when they started. Let me see here. And these are folklores and stories. Let's see what we got. 1986, Bob Galbraith. These are called folklores and first-hand accounts of life long ago in Union Hill and northern Davidson County, part of Memphis, not Memphis, Nashville. Okay, so our first story is called A Moonshine Tale. Corn from Milk. Mr. P&G was one of the smartest and longest lived of the white lightning crowd for miles around. He made more corn than most of the others put together. P.G. was well known at the Davidson County Courthouse, not for his record of arrests, but for the high quality of his product. For he had a regular route he delivered every Saturday, perhaps on every floor of the courthouse. Legally, P&G was a dairy farmer, but he sold more milk from less cows than anyone in the state of Tennessee. That always puzzled the farm authorities. The local folks knew PG filled his 10-gallon made milk cans with shine daily and set them by the road for the mail track. Somehow, those cars never reached the cheese plant. Sure was a good way to sell without the law giving trouble. That's step one out of the, they titled this section here, The Moonshine Tales. So we'll be hearing more about this. So PG, thank you for your contribution to today's story. And I will take us to our final closing episode today. Just something local to share about locally around here in Nashville. I'm bringing this today as a episode of what has happened throughout this country for the last 25 years or 250 years maybe. My brain is not working too well today, so I probably wrong on the amount of time. But it is something that our country has constantly fought over, and it refers to the No Kings rally and protest. This Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and that will be a rally at the Bicentennial Mall and Amphitheater. And we'll also walk over to Jefferson City Street, where they will be doing some further protesting if you want to join in today. Join in with history. Be a part of history and bring some history or learn about some history maybe. Why we do not like to have kings in our country. So I want to share that with you. And I'm going to conclude our episode today. Also want to remind you that I'll be trying to do this weekly. If you go to, let me find it here. Sorry, I gotta find it here. If you go to Union Hill Productions as part of the UTEP, if you look under Union Hill Productions, Wally Parks, you'll find my information there. I have music there that I've been doing over the last few years. But I wanted to add this to bring a wide mix of things to table. And I hope you enjoy this today. Please feel free to share it around. Not that I'm looking for any kind of thing, but I think it's important information that we should all be keeping our minds mindful of as we grow and together. But anyway, I want to thank you for today's show, and feel free to join us. Have a great day. Peace out. Love y'all.